Hey, so I fucked up on that one. It's actually her men, right? The King's Guard. He's just the head of it, right? Queen's Guard, rather. Um, so yeah, she wouldn't kill her because they're there. She would take him to the brig, Tyrion, and that would be that for now. Um, she would deliberate with her current hand and be like, "Hey, do you feel like he has the appropriate scent? I know he would be a great hand. He was, beloved hand by the different royal families in Westeros. Do you feel like he'd be a good hand here?" And they're like, more. I just watched the other video, like the last 3 minutes of it, to see where I left off. Made me yawn because I saw myself yawning. Still trying to recover from jail, my body. But anyway, what was it? Um, my hair is very high today, this morning. Interesting. No, no, not the. So anyway, Tyrion, Brig, B story. Sorry, my phone went haywire. Just stop filming. But anyway, yeah. So Tyrion's taken the brig. Um, and then other things happen. Eventually, take him back up to Daenerys, and they talk. And she decides to make him her hand, and she says, like, well, he swore to me, and it's clear that he would, because what other option does he have, right? He has none, and also he's good, right? He's known as the good one. You know, he even vouches for him, like not to be the hand, but his character, because like when it's found out that that's true by everyone, right? It's just so commonly known, and he's not going to be trusted. So her current hand, the old guy, that was the King's Guard of the King's Gate, the city state, just the city castle, whatever you call it. Not castle, but anyway, yeah. So that's something, and he's trying to like. So I was thinking, there's an alternative reality where the King's Guard is actually his men who left with him because they're so loyal to him. And I can go into that one because at that point I kind of fixed it. To where it has a good like launching point for the future, right? Which would be, the invasion of, Westeros and, her winning and taking King's Landing. Not taking the throne. Yeah. Yeah. And, executing the Lannisters, except Jaime. Um, but anyway. And Tyrion, not Tyrion. Up there. But anyway, so she becomes not a queen of queens yet, kind of. She wouldn't be. It's complicated. Like Westeros is so much bigger, and they're one. Would she be? She would be, provided she doesn't just take King's Landing, but she takes all the surrounding area, like the actual like group of people, ethnicity. I wish that I would make it more divided into different ethnicities, to where there's more like there's still like humans, right? There's different character traits of the different, kingdoms, not kingdoms. Well, you know, sub areas. But anyway, um, yes. So let's say he stabs her and kills her, right? Because the King's Guard is loyal to him, right? and these people are kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place anyway. Like at the end of the day, the Valerians, right, are manning the boats. The Horse people are there; they can't leave because it's on water, right? Um, they It's easy. He just sends one of his guards to go below deck and kill Dreykov, the her husband. He's dead. Would he kill him? Yeah, he would. I mean, it wouldn't be that easy because he'd be awake and he's a really good warrior and he doesn't, he's alert. Yeah, they would just bow and arrow. Well, could they? No, that'd be too easy. God damn it. Yeah, so you're gonna have a barricade kind of siege situation with him in a room, and they're trying to kill him. But they're kind of just trapping him in there because we can't take him on. He's too good. So that's going to be a thing below deck. Because they have like a warrior-based system of not really a very warrior culture, right? Not a warrior-based system of becoming monarch. But anyway, funny enough, they're the ones that still have the royal family intact. And the actual line of it, right? Them and Daenerys, right? Daenerys. But they're their own things, right? Then you have, the line of Westeros, which is all jumbled up, if it exists. But anyway, what's next? Yes. So he throws her over the boat, right? He's a very clumsy guy, and he's very honor driven. However, it's he's thinking, man, with Tyrion there, no, he takes Tyrion. He wouldn't take Tyrion away because Tyrion's still there. And then that's obvious. Okay, we are officially in Machiavellianism, meaning how do you survive anarchy? That's all it means. It's not bad. We're good. It just is. Then you take her, throw her off the front, meaning, okay, yep, definitely anarchy. And he's just a clumsy guy, right? But it works. And he's trying not to outshine the master, right? He's there, and then he asks him, Tyrion, do you want to be my hand? And he's like, why, yes, I would. Of course I do. And then, well, how did you get here? And then he starts telling a very entertaining story. Well, we were having, a wedding, and he's interesting because he's not going to lie. He doesn't lie. But also, because it never bothers him because he's trustworthy. He's known as the trustworthy person. He doesn't really think of it that way. Well, no, he just learned that the world was just okay. So he's actually willing to lie now, but he recognizes that he's known as the truth teller, so can't lie. But anyway, what is it? Yes. So anyway, then Tyrion is... sorry, I did this in prison, and I'm doing it back. It was way more fun to do it in prison. I don't know why. First time. I think it's because I feel more comfortable acting it out. He's like, yeah, I just don't want to. I don't trust you people to do that. Yeah. Anyway, what else is it? So anyway, he then, what does he do? I'm sorry. I'm being flooded with negative emotion right now. That I can't just flow and do what I want. I'm trying to, but my feelings won't let me. I would just act it out, but my feelings right there just don't want to. My skin. But anyway, my hair does look funny though. Okay. So he starts making jokes, basically, laughing, trying to make the Kingsguard people laugh, right? As kind of like a jester kind of person, because he's trying to not, outshine the master, right? As the good book says. Very rudimentary things. And it's weird because he needs to show that he has merit as a hand, but also can't, show that he's better at being a hand than the current, Valerian and Dothraki kings, right? Dothraki, that's what they're called. Um, so anyway, Tyrion. It's a weird psychological thing where I go into the voice a little bit. I don't know what it is. Tyrion, making jokes about it. That's kind of how he gets out of going into specifics that might make him sound really bad or something. Like, I'm holding the cup, and I give him the cup, and then he dies. And it's like, well, how do you kind of say that, but without necessarily making it sound bad, like you poisoned him? Because you don't know. Because at this point, he doesn't know that, the cup was something that was given as an heirloom. Like the Statue of Liberty was given French to America. That was, worn down from foreign wine that then poisoned someone whenever they decided to do foreign trade with them in the future. That country, because that country back then was isolationist. Didn't want the other people because they were better people than the Westerosians. They were just bad people. They weren't evil. But anyway, he doesn't know that. And so he's like trying to be, he basically just kind of goes into a lot of like cock jokes a little bit. Not a lot, but sometimes. He's like, so anyway, and he's trying to like overcome giving him the cup. And that's where good writing comes in. We were able to make it clear that he's saying it without these people who are educated people, right, in the King's Guard, being able to tell. And it's humor and him being a half man and not really caring. Like, it's like, okay, he's not very intimidating, and also personal relationships to an extent. Not personal, but just like, well, that's not true because he would have been born in the Lannister place, not the King's Landing. So he doesn't know these people. Whoops. So yeah, that's what he would do. Earn their. I did it better. Dang it! I fucking wish I had that recording from jail. I'm sure there is on the cameras. It was good. I had a good joke or two in there that helped him do that. So anyway, he tells a story. Commander hears it. He doesn't go, sorry, he hears it, then he leaves. And then, he's trying to give advice of, you see, like, I don't think we should go. Sorry. Lighting isn't as good as, why is my hair, like, maybe you don't see that, but I do. Oh, I think it's just a screen protector I put on. Like Star Trek beams a little bit, just a tad. But what was it? Yeah, and he's like, like, we want to go that. He's trying to sound down that way, invading King's Landing. A lot of things have changed. He's basically just trying to get them to just get out of the situation, not invade King's Landing, is what he wants, because he doesn't really want to go to war with Westeros. Not really. Because then, like, if they lose, then he'll die, right? And honestly, it's not even the most strategic thing. Like, why not? And this guy, he says that I want to be the king. He's actually just more arrogant. He says honor, but it's more so just wanting to have the most prestige, right? It's a false honor. So he's like, you want to go that way. He points there. I'm not going to turn around. Why don't we go that way? Like, meaning to the oceans, because if we invade and Daenerys isn't there, what the fuck? And we got these 3 dragons up there flying around. Like, where is she? We got to figure this shit out. So why don't we go? And he would have killed her because that's the best opportunity, right? Oh my god, we got a hand. That's probably one of the reasons why he hasn't already killed her. Who am I going to have help me administrate, right? I know how to do that a little bit, but I can't do that all because I got king shit to do, right? He's like, that way. Let's just go that way. Into the ocean, that way. And it sounds dumb, but it's like there's no other option. he's there, and he's like, okay, let's do that. We also have a very angry Dothraki down there that we can hear just barred up in his room. They don't even try to kill him; they just bar him in his room because they know they can't kill him. And then, you know, eventually tries. He's not trying to break the door down. He knows, okay, something's up. He just gets ready, just with his weapons and whatnot. Tries to look around. So it's not really a ruckus. It's more so just like, well, yep, it's barred. Maybe kind of bang it a little bit. No, I don't. He wouldn't even bang it. He would just know, okay, doors aren't that solid. Yeah, gonna back up, get my weapons. Just wait. Try to figure out. He wouldn't even bar it on his side. Um, maybe Daenerys is fucking with him. He doesn't know. I think I'd make Daenerys fuck with him a little bit more, and because he's Dothraki, he doesn't necessarily understand that because they're very like upfront, right? Not necessarily with a jokey fuck with people. But he's like, okay, like 99% sure, not like 90% sure, like this is really bad. She would have been back by now, eventually, right? Um, and anyway, so anyway, they turn to the side, and then eventually it's decided like, um, we should join the King of the North and help him. Like offer, well, join with him, like an ally with him. Let's make an alliance with him. Because apparently he's having issues with these lords who want to be Warden of the North when he's King of the North. That's another way you could go with it. And they can help there. How would they help? Yeah, I'm not getting in. That's good. I think that ends my Game of Thrones arc for now.